Just thought I'd make a movie of the finished pinball. Try and cover a few points. The lighting's terrible, but there's a bit of cabinet art. A 30-inch back glass screen, 19-inch scoreboard, some speakers at the left and right, a 46-inch on the playfield, and a bunch of the standard buttons and plunger at the front. Underneath, there is a little trapdoor to access the PC, which is a 2500K with an SSD in it, and some vents for two big 140mm fans, another trapdoor at the front, the one power button, and a volume control. I'll just flip it on. The one power button will give power to all of the fibre optic lights on the cabinet. Will power up the PC and all the screens with the one hit. You can see a pretty silent boot. There's a few things you can't avoid showing up on these screens, but I've tried to make the windows as minimalist as possible. I don't know if you can see on this movie, the little speakers, keeping with the Star Wars theme, have a bit of an Imperial logo design. Get you a bit of the cabinet art with the blinking fibre optics to give the Star Warsy effect. We've got something just pinched off the net there with a good collage of the whole saga. There goes Hyper Pin. Some more Star Wars gear at the side panels of the backboard, and of course Star Wars is the first table. So we've got back glass art, the playfield is pretty standard. This is all standard fare with virtual pinball and the Hyper Pin menu. Just sift through a few of the machines. Obviously everything changes the way it should be. Back glass to playfield. You're getting a terrible reflection there. It's a bad time of day. Not very good lighting at this time of the day. See if we can stand back a little bit and get the two in at once. I just flip through a few here. I haven't got every pinball, or every table I should say, available. I've kept it to pretty much just a few tables that I like to play. Some of them are modern ones. A lot of the super oldies don't interest me too much. The interface to get everything running is fairly straightforward. We've got a lot of these buttons everything's assignable to something new. Obviously the plunger only works on the tables that support it. If you find one that doesn't, it's just a launch button. We'll fire up a table and have a crack. Maybe not the best choice. I see this Medieval Madness has a back glass that includes the speaker grill, which is just me being lazy. There would be a back glass that doesn't have it because we obviously have our dot matrix scoreboard separate, so our back glass on that table should just be a normal one. I might just change it to a different table. We drop back out of the pity there, a la Hyper Pin style. Just give it a few seconds and we can go back into that spinning wheel menu and pick whatever new table we want. Go. Monster Bash, he's got the proper back glass art, so we'll launch that table, give it a few seconds to leave the Hyper Pin menu and go into the actual pinball itself, and then we'll get the dot matrix come to life, just like this. Apologies if I can't fit everything in at once. I could turn the video on its side, but I think that would be maddening to try and watch on YouTube. The be as bad as my shaky. So there's a button there for inserting coins. I'll show you that one. Got a bunch of credits in there. Another button down here underneath the launch is, again, not going to show because of the bad camera, but it's a start button there. And we can see we've got a ball in there. It's going to be a single-handed play of pinball. Is not going to be very good, but we'll have a crack. One flipper. And there she goes. No flipper hand on the left side. But there is a motion thing there if you have to give the game a bit of a push. If I can lock it up on a flipper, which I'm not going to have any luck with, but I can show you if you give the actual physical table a nudge, the ball on screen will nudge with it. You give it too big a nudge, obviously the game will tilt. Let's see if we can hold one here. So that's a fake pinball in there. A little nudge, you can see the pinball just moved a slight bit just with me rocking the table. So about as cool as you can get. All standard virtual pinball fare. You can adjust settings for all of that stuff in that software. Once you start getting into the scene at VP Forums, I think, is a big website for the place. All the info you need to get them all set up and just the way you like them. It's all quite easy. Anyway, hope you liked the video.